so comfy, best decision ever. But today I won't be shaking the box unlike in last video, because this time there is actually an animal inside. And the animal inside is, of course, the hamster, as you can figure out probably from the thumbnail and from the title of this video. But before I actually reveal you how the hamster look, because you know, I posted the picture of 4 hamsters on the Instagram because I was actually choosing between 4 hamsters. And I posted the picture and you guys didn't really help me that much because recommendations were all over the place. Mostly take all 4. No, I cannot take 4 hamsters because if you want to properly care for a hamster, you need a lot of space, right? And that will be also a theme of this video. And to appropriately house a hamster, you need enclosure like something like this. You put it on the ground and then you just... because that is the only thing that these enclosures are worth for. Okay, this was a bit over dramatic, but this was actually an old enclosure that I used when I was a kid. We had a couple of hamsters through my childhood and we were using this hamster cage, and looking at it now, I'm really ashamed that I actually used something like this. But at that time, at that point of life, internet didn't really exist, so information about correct care was not readily available as today. And even back in the day, if the information was available, it was that you need an enclosure like this. I mean, the cage just like this one for a hamster, and that hamster will be fine. But that is so far from the truth. And thankfully, through the years, the care evolved drastically. But unfortunately, the number one place from where the misinformation comes from are in fact the pet shops that are selling the hamsters. And that is a vicious cycle that is slowly changing for the better, but unfortunately it is kind of slow process. Hamsters need far bigger enclosures than from the ones that are recommended in the pet shop. And the fact is, the reason why pet shops will suggest you to have a cage of that size is because it is much cheaper to get a cage of that size. And when majority of people that are looking into buying hamsters, they often buy it for their kid for birthday or for their friend for birthday or something like that. And then if you would actually get an appropriate cage, which is much bigger, then the cost of having a hamster would significantly go up. And also, you need a lot of space to have appropriate enclosure for the hamster. And that is also the issue, because it is not so easy to fit an enclosure that is 1 square meter big. And that is like adequate enclosure for Syrian hamster. So a message for the people that say that they cannot afford a big enclosure for hamster and that they cannot fit a big enclosure in their apartment or wherever, then simply don't get a hamster. Because why you would like to have an animal if you cannot give her adequate care? It doesn't really make sense, and it is extremely selfish. That also goes for all the other animals, like especially for reptiles, because a lot of people will say, well, I cannot afford the expensive lighting system and expensive heating and everything. Then don't just get the animal. It's that simple. You are not entitled to own an animal just because you want to have a certain animal, because every animal comes with a certain responsibility, and you should check what is the responsibility before getting an animal. Anyhow, with all of that being said, let me show you the hamster that I got. But also I need to apologize in regards to huge mess inside of this room. This is actually the smaller room, the smaller dark den room. Over there is the bigger room where we recorded the previous video, but over here it is a big mess. Although I need to record it here because in here we will keep the new hamster. And let me show you. Anybody home? Look at this little guy. This is the new hamster. Hello. Hey, why are you picking up your poop? Are you a bit sleepy? He peed over there and pooped. Yeah, classic hamster. Do you want to come out, little guy? Choo-choo, come. Look how cute he is. Yeah, I got this one. This one was actually the smallest out of 4, but it is, because it's so small, it is super cute. But just check out how tiny he is. If you remember how Cappuccino was big, this one is super tiny. It is a baby, of course that it is tiny. I don't know why I'm surprised that it is tiny, but I'm not really sure how old he is. I assume that it is a boy because it was the smallest, and usually females are bigger and guys are smaller, but that doesn't need to be the case here. He was too small for the guy that sold me to tell me what is his sex, but for now I will assume that it is a guy. And I actually already chose the name for this hamster. I actually chose it a long time ago, while I was still in the last dark den. And I wanted to name this guy Latte because we had Cappuccino and now we have Latte. I hope you guys like the new hamster, and also I hope that you like the new name. Cappuccino's name was actually recommended by a subscriber. I was asking for a name for him, and I think that the Latte will be fitting name to continue that legacy, Cappuccino's legacy. And you see, I'm wearing Cappuccino shirt. They are available on the web shop if you want to get. There are still a bunch of available in 3 different colors. Now I will need to put this little guy in a box, back into box, so I can set up the enclosure for him. And let's show him the new enclosure. He's so light and fragile, I'm afraid that I will hurt him just by picking him up. This big furniture piece that is under the Despacito's enclosure, this is the one that I want to use for him. I will actually give him this entire space, although while he is still so small, I will be using a tub like this one. But then, you see, he's also super small in this tub. But then once he gets a bit bigger, then I will set this entire enclosure for him. Or maybe I will do like half of this enclosure, and then when he is adult, then I will let him roam entire area. Or maybe I will just do the entire one. I'm not really sure for now. But I will be using this for now, because you see, even though this is a kind of small tub, it is still really big for him. Right, little guy? Is that big enough for you for now? You see that this is not really tall, therefore I need to increase this barrier, and I will do that with this glass panel. It is the length of this glass panel is exactly from here to here, and I will just slide it right here, make like 2 slots here and here, and make it so I can adjust the height of the glass. If I want it to be taller, I will be able to pull it up, and I want it to be if I want it to go down, I will be able to push it down, and for some maintenance or whatever, I will be able to remove the entire glass panel. It won't be permanently attached to this furniture piece. So that is the idea, but idea for actually, I think that I can. Shouldn't I do that? No, I won't be doing that now, even though technically I could do it. I think that I will just set up his enclosure and show you the other stuff that I have for him. I already have the wheel, the Cappuccino's wheel, and everything that is needed. He will quickly get everything that he needs. And look, he's so busy with stuff. Little guy, hey, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Look how fast he is. For the bedding, for the substrate, or however you want to call it, you know, I have a big bag of this thing, and these are the wood shavings, but this is the Aspen Bedding, I believe. I'm not really sure what is the actual name, but this is the bedding that is suitable for hamsters, because it got the I know that somewhere on the bag it says that it is extremely low on dust, so you don't get any dust in these wood shavings, unlike these ones that are commonly sold in pet shops. These I know that is another thing that you would just assume that it is all right, but these wood shavings that you can commonly buy in pet shops, these aren't really the best option for the hamster, because I believe it's because of the dust, or I can be mistaken, but I know that these are bad, and this is good. That is everything that I know. So let's set this enclosure up, but first I need to take him. Come, little guy. I will put you in other plastic tub where you will wait until I set up the enclosure, okay? A little latte. Go, pick, pick. Enclosures for hamsters are actually super easy and actually cheap to set up, because you don't need anything fancy. You can just use a big tub. As I said, for adult Syrian hamster you want to aim for ideally like 1 square meter. But you can get a plastic tub of that size, and plastic tubs aren't really that expensive. So you need that, you need some sort of bedding. I believe that you can also use paper-based beddings, but I'm not really sure which brands are good, which brands aren't, so I won't be recommending any. I never use paper bedding because in Croatia you can't really get them from what I know, and I got this huge bag, so I don't really need some other bedding. Now for the bedding height, I cannot really give you some exact number. It all depends on the hamster size and everything, but you generally want to provide hamster ability to dig. So you want to have deep enough substrate that he can burrow a bit. And from what I noticed, these wood shavings, they don't really hold shape. So hamster cannot make tunnels in them. But what I do, I add some of this hay thingy, and that intertwines with the wooden shavings, and therefore the hamster can actually make some sort of tunnels. And also what I always add a bit of paper towels so hamster can rip it apart and make a nice nest for him. I just dump that in and I just mix it up with the wooden shavings, just like that. Also wooden shavings, I mean the hay provides hamster for something to munch on. They like to munch on that stuff sometimes. Okay, that's it. Now we need one important thing. We need a hamster wheel, and this is also another thing that is commonly recommended wrong in the pet shops. Majority of running wheels that are being sold in the pet shops are usually too small especially for Syrian hamsters that are kinda bigger hamsters, but also they are too small for other smaller hamsters. The thing is, when hamster is running inside of the wheel, his spine should be straight, and if the wheel is too small, then his spine will be like this, and you don't want that, because that way their spine they will have problems with spine and most likely die prematurely. But therefore you want a bigger wheel. So let me put that in just like that, and I can actually lower it a bit. I will actually push it on the edge. I didn't really want to push it because I don't want him to be able to potentially climb up and climb out, but even if he manages to do that, he will still be contained within the bigger enclosure, so it's not a problem if he escapes. This is now starting to look really nice, so I will add the hamster, I will add Latte inside. And check him out, he's actually cleaning, like super hilarious. Oh, little guy, he's so small. I cannot get over the fact how tiny he is. Oh, hey, little guy. There we go. You are now getting a spacious big enclosure. Look at this. Whoa, huh? What do you say about that, huh? That is really, really spacious, right? Look how tiny he is in comparison to that wheel. And that wheel is actually not the one that I used for Cappuccino. This is Cappuccino's old wheel. So you see how big they will get. Anyhow, he now needs a food dish, a water thingy that he can drink from, you know, the bottle that, yeah, the ones that Cappuccino had. And also, of course, he needs some sort of a hide. And I think that I will be just using the box that he came with for now, and then later I will build some house for him, just like I built the one for Cappuccino. Yeah, oh, you are enjoying the hay, right? Even though I think that if I don't give him a house, he will still bury inside. I mean, he will dig and make a tunnel and make it nice and cozy for him, but just in case I will also provide him with some sort of hide. Actually, I think I have something even better. And this right here This is actually 8's old house. 8 is the tortoise, in case you don't know, don't remember. But he used to have this. I cannot believe that he was also so small that he would fit in something like this. But this would be perfect for our little guy. This would be perfect for Latte. I will just bury it like this and let him do rest of the work if he chooses to live inside. But look, he's already digging here. Also paper towels, as I said. I take a bunch of paper towels and scatter them around. Also bury them slightly to make him do something about it. And he will just take them and use them for his nest if he wants to. Oh, he found the... or maybe not. But you can actually see the excitement in his eyes, how he is just running around and exploring and enjoying his new place. I'm definitely sure that he is enjoying. Are you enjoying, Latte? Too bad that he cannot talk. That would be awesome to have a talking hamster. I also have a bunch of stuff that, you remember this, right? Bunch of cappuccino stuff that we will be able to use. But where is his food dish? Oh, here it is. As you see, this is a genuine hamster food bowl. You cannot miss it. Hey, what are you doing? Are you cleaning yourself? So cute. The cutest and the smallest Syrian hamster ever. Let's give him some food. Now I have some pure seeds. I have these healthy seeds, and I have this general hamster mixture. I think that these are the most healthiest, but I will mix these and these. Yeah, we'll mix them up. So a little bit of this and a little bit of this, but in the future I will be scattering the food across the entire enclosure, so he will have some some stuff to do and not just have everything served to him now. Oh, he already found the scattered seeds, you see? Just wait until he spots this ball, food ball. So tiny. Beep, beep, beep. You see how light he is? Like, I'm barely touching him and I'm moving him with an ease. So we got food, we got shelter, we got entertainment. Now we just need water. That is like one of the most important things that you need. I will take these electric wires and then just hang it with them. Yeah, I think that will be the easiest way. Even though, do I have the... No, not really. Oh, actually I have it. So I can snap the wire. There we go. I just do something like this and then just... Will that work? However, I can see that the ball is dripping and these are now wet. Okay, there we go. I think that it is fixed. And can I just check if it works? Yeah, the water is flowing. He's still eating the seeds that were on the substrate. He didn't even figure out that there is a full full food dish in front of him. Let's give him some time. The ball of fluff, look at this. He's so fluffy, I cannot believe. Seeing this guy definitely makes me miss Cappuccino, to be honest. But this little one will fill that hole. Crossing fingers for a long and healthy life. And since we got him as a baby, we know that he should live at least for 2 years. At least. Come on, little guy, figure out the food that is in front of you. Oh, is he No, don't dig under. Just go a bit forward. No, he still sees food under the bowl. But he doesn't care. He is so focused on his food. Ooh. Here we are. There we go. Now you are in heaven, right? Well, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Now I need to... Or do I? Yeah, I need to, just in case he manages to escape. I will put it over there. Now he is at his spot, but just imagine once we set up the entire perimeter, I will make an even better castle in that corner. I can make like a mountain in one corner and then slide going down, and we can do whatever we want. I can even do a Eiffel Tower or Statue of Liberty, or I don't know. I just know that I want to make everything for this little fella, for Latte that is. And you see, he also got light right above him. Yeah, that was intentional. I set it up in advance. Alright, I think that we are done here, definitely. And therefore I can end the video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, if you like latte, if you liked the video, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to thumbs it up and comment something. If you want to support this channel more, there's a Patreon page, also merch page. Monday, Friday. See you again soon. Bye.